Good morning, guys. Welcome to the channel on this beautiful Monday morning here in Denmark at around 10 o'clock. Um, this video will be only for the friends down under in Australia, uranium, with only uranium miners from Australia, or at least that they are listed on Australia. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And hope you appreciate this one. If you do, please comment below. And I can see that only that 1/3 of the viewers on the channel is not subscribed. Please give me that subscription. That I would highly appreciate that one. And yeah, as always on Twitter, you can follow me there as well. Give me that follow, and we can have a good talk, for this uranium bull market. Let's get into the stuff here. I have roughly 10 miners. That's a lie. I have 9 anyways. And I have some fun stuff down here at the end that I will show you, which I think you will find very interesting. At least I do. Okay, so here we have 92 Energy Limited. Similar to many of the miners, uranium miners, also in the US and Canada, we are still trying to get out of the downtrend. As you can see here, we are just grinding down lower and lower. This one isn't the most bullish. I think we can still have a push all the way down here to really get down to that candle low there in August 2021. That would be a major buy, taking out all the bulls here for this candle. Again, as long as this one holds, that doesn't happen. And then obviously you have the upper golden trend line coming down here. And you can see the two major resistances coming up the way I have plugged them in. There might be something here as well in this vicinity, right here around 0.7, but still, not the best looking. It's looking all right, but compared to all the others, some of the others, this one is lagging a tiny bit. I don't know why, but wait to see if this one holds, and then obviously we have to get out of this one here. We have 3 touches already, so the 4th one should be the charm for 92 Energy. Paladin Energy, I've covered this many times. I want to show you the long term, weekly long term. You can see here, this is just waiting to blast off. 15-year long golden trend line coming down, resistance all the way, still resistance. So we cannot celebrate just yet. But going into the more detailed charting here, there it is. There it is. We have this long term bull flag right there. That's a bull flag, no matter how you put it. One concern, this is a bearish upward channel. So if we don't pop here to the upside now, I could see a detour and regain some strength, and then we go again. So watch for this one and wait until we get above the 0.85, give or take. But a nice candle here above on the weekly will be very, very good. That's a major, major breakout if we do. And as you can see, we are very, very close. Zooming in here, we're right here. And but again, until we get above that one right there, we cannot celebrate just yet, just yet. And also again, if we have the breakdown and oh, not the breakdown, but we go down again here, that would be perfectly healthy as well, just to get the last deniers out of the way. But overall, long term, look at this one. This one looks insanely bullish, no doubt about it. Again, we need that extra. We need the little extra notch here, like 10% or so. Then we are there. And on a weekly close, that would be perfectly preferable. Deep yellow, kind of I wouldn't say a messy chart, and then yet again it is. But what I want you to focus on is basically that one here, going back 20 years, just like similar to the Paladin. This is a long-term resistance, which we are trying to break out. So quite similar to the Paladin one. This one is the one you should wait to break. And where we are right now, we haven't broken out. But it it's kind of a mixed bag still. I mean, we are still here. We did test this one here. You can see it's right there coming across, which is also like a 10-year long trend line. And we have some horizontals coming across here. It's a minor one, but it's still there in my view. And we had a test here all the way up, and then we tested the white one, and then we're going again. So short term, strong momentum. I also want to point to the fact that you have this one coming across right there. Let's make it blue for you guys so you can see it a bit better. Make it a bit bigger. There it is. You can clearly see that this is a big level as well. Short term, 0.88, 0.9. You can see all the interactions that we have across. So that's a big one also. Also, now it has been, in my view, been a neckline for this inverted head and shoulders that are in the making. Again, if we can pop this one, if we get above the neckline here at around 0.9, this one will be the next one to go to at around 1, big even number. So yeah, this one could be moving very fast once we clear 1.00, give or take a few pennies. But for now, you don't do anything in my view if you don't have a position. If you don't have a position, you wait for the break on this one. Again, that's my personal opinion. And a weekly close above 1, then you have a perfect entry. Long-term trend line broken, and the uptrend can start really. Nice. OKR, again, it's a bit of a messy chart, quite similar to the 92E. We are coming down to the gap here. You can see we have a gap there. We have a gap here. But the main thing to focus on is, again, this bad boy right there. So as long as we are in this falling wedge here, you don't do anything. The best thing is, again, to wait for the breakout. I still think the downside could be that we ought to close this gap here. You often see these gaps getting closed, but again, that would be roughly a 50% drop. So it could happen, but again, I wouldn't count on it. But just in my view, wait and see if we find a bottom here at this gap fill. We still have a bit of a way to go to get the complete gap fill. But just wait until and see how it reacts here. It is not as strong as the other ones right now. So for some reason it's lagging. That should be a bit of a concern. So wait to have the confirmation that it will join the party. So once we have the breakout, we have the big level here. You can see it across there. That's the big one. And obviously you have the double top here, which will be the obvious target when you get a falling wedge breakout. Obviously the triangle fill is a good target for the max return of this pattern here. And then we'll get a pullback, of course, but still, that's way in the future. SLX, Silex Systems, one of the strongest, actually, the strongest uranium. It's not a miner per se, but in the uranium space. Chart that there has been ever since the 2020 crash right here. It's up, I don't know, 20x still. So together with Cameco and so on, it has actually done quite nicely. You can see it has broken its 20-year, 15-year long downtrend. That was very bad, but you get the idea. It did that way back in 2020, actually, early 2021. And ever since, we have been in this upsloping bearish wedge. And you can see we broke down here like a month ago. It's not the end of the world. I mean, these wedges here are bound to break to the opposite side like this. If you have a falling wedge, right, they are bound to break to the upside at some point. So it's not particularly bad to have this break here. We also did come into some stiff resistance over there, and all these interactions you have here. So, and we have a gap down here for some reason. I don't know. It could be news. It could be, I don't know. But still, again, this is one of the stronger ones, and I think you should buy any bull flag breakouts or any major dips in this specific one because the momentum is really, really strong. I would assume that if you plug in the moving averages, that they are just coming up like madness from down under. So from down under, that's a great reference. So that's SLX, strong chart, bit extended, might need some rest, but it's the strongest one in the top 5, I would say, in the uranium space right now. This is Boss Energy, and to the name, it has been insanely strong here. This is the March 2020 lows. You can see one big pull into a bull flag, and we have, let me show you. You know the famous words, the breakout, the retest, also a bull flag. You can see it right here. Let me just clean it up. That's the bull flag, breakout bull flag resumption. Absolutely beautiful. And the path of least resistance for Boss Energy. Sorry, guys. For Boss Energy is the high here in '07. How it acts there, I don't know. But this, if you just take this bull flag here, it points to a lot higher targets, right? Um, but you might get a lot of selling here. That's very natural to have. But I do think that we'll take out the highs here, given this pattern here. Uh, this is a 10x move, so you can do the measured move yourself. But this is a big one, big bull flag, breakout retest, and we will get some resistance here. No doubt about it. H, oops, alligator energy. That's a perfect name for an Australian listed companies. Again, the long term falling here. We broke that in the late 2020s. We have a gap, so keep that one in mind. But still, it's like we need to drop like 80-90% to fill that gap. So I wouldn't break on it. It is a massive breakaway gap. So they have a much lower chance of getting filled compared to regular gaps on news and so on. So a big breakaway gap here. Uh, Somewhat often you don't see those getting filled. So let's go into the bit of a shorter 2-year frame here. Double top. Again, look at this one, the white one here, the double top. Add these interactions over here, very natural. Falling wedge here, beautiful, beautiful. Again, 3 impulse lower lows. Look for those. I do that very often. These are the Elliott wave counts, actually. And what I'm looking at right now for age to really move is this minor squeeze that we have right there. There it is. That's the one you should be looking for. We have broken out there, you can see. But we have this internal squeeze right here, and this is the one you should be waiting for. A bearish argument would be, let me show you, is this could be some sort of a bear flag or bearish channel. So we need to get back above here and at least take out this high at 0.044. But this is the start, the breakout of the main one, that one right there. That's the big one in my view. And now it might need some time to rest. Well, not rest, but just to gain some ground here and then hopefully go higher. But there are some pluses and minuses, but I would say we're heavily, not heavily, but we are skewed to the bullish side here upon this breakout. Peninsula, that's a strange name. Again, it had broken out here late 2021, but ever since we have been in this main bull flag here, and I covered this one in a video 2, 3, 4 days ago, and I saw this massive gap down here, gap down here, and I didn't know exactly what it was, but people told me that it was the UEC who stopped some sort of, I don't know, collaboration with the Peninsula stock here. And actually, when they said it, I actually kind of remembered it, but still, that was the reason here. We're gaining some ground here again, and we're back in the bull flag, which is the main focus right now. But again, this one is lagging quite a bit. But still, overall, the chart looks great. You have the inverted head and shoulders right there, neckline somewhere here. And again, we really want to get above. You can see it there. If I move it and connect it, you can see where we are right now. We are roughly getting back above. So I think that's the main goal for this week, is to get above that long-term trend line up here, because that's the one that has the most value, in my view. But you can see we're still below here. So you should be careful that when you get back below such a big, you break it out and you get back below, it will act as resistance. So now we're retesting that one and we want to get back in. That's the main focus for this week or the weeks to come. What has happened here? Okay, my lines are just wait, just let me fix that for you. And like magic, they're back on. So this is Lotus Resources. Difficult chart, strange chart, not as clean as Paladin and the other ones. I forgot Bannerman. How can I have forgotten Bannerman? Anyways, we will get Bannerman in next year. Yeah, still, this was long-term resistance. You can see here, flagging straight below, breakout, retest. right there, beautiful. And now we have been in this green uptrend ever since, with some sort of flag here all the way across. I don't know what to make of this. It seemed like it was a preemptive move higher that the market didn't agree on. And as you can see here, we have all the connections for the uptrend parallel channel, and we bounced that one and we're curling up. That's exactly what you want to see. One, what's that, 2 year long consolidation here, breakout, and then we have some higher highs here that we really want to take out very soon. So we are like 20% below these highs, and these one will be the main focus. So yeah, let's go to Bannerman. I'm just going to drag it down here. For some reason, I haven't added here. It's very bad by me. Bannerman, there it is. This is Bannerman. One of the bigger ones. You can see here, horizontal support resistance line at 2.3-ish. And COVID lows right there. Inverted head and shoulders with a neckline here. The target was met right there. Ever since, we have made some higher highs here. And then we went to this long falling wedge right there with the neckline. You can see actually the measured move here was support on the way down again in some cases, right? You can see it. Yes, we had a bit of a deeper run there, but still the measured move necklines are well, once broken, they are support again on the way down. But this one, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful breakout of that long-term falling wedge. Um, Again, we need to make a higher high at some point in time, and they are here. We have 4 highs right now that we have to take out. So yeah, Bannerman looking also very fine long term, looks good. Especially when we get above this one, I would say, then we can really gain some momentum around the 2.3. So yeah, looking good. I've actually taken all these and put them into one ETF, you can say. I haven't, the 92E is not in because then I won't get enough data. It's only like a year old or less. So, and I have adjusted them all to have equal weighting. So it is what it is. Take it as you may. We have 2 long-term support and resistance line here. One is at around 53 and one at around 63, 64. And as you can see in my view, the miners hasn't really, some have broken out and some are still, in the wedges or way below, like Penn. But still, the overall uranium market for in Australia is this focus right here, right? We have the support here at around 63, 64, and then we have a green support zone right above with the interactions there. So if you're not into any miners yet and you want to wait for a more how do you call that? We have more miners, this is a group of 10 miners. So when they break out together, that's when you're in for the real thing. Um, so yeah, obviously this one has 2 ways to go, like this, or we can go down even further. Which way? I think most of the charts are more bullish than bearish. Um, so I would assume, as you know, I'm uranium bull. I would assume this one goes to the upside here at some point in time. But then again, this we have to wait and see. So this is actually, in my view, how the overall uranium market looks in Australia. So this could be violent at some point. Also, there are some downside if we get below the 63. Then we have a move down to 53, more or less. So that's a 20% drop, give or take. I've also taken the exact same miners divided by the uranium spot price, which gives us this long-term support trend line here. It was resistance when we were below, as you can see. Tagging here, a bit of a move, and ever since we have been above, every move has been with a bounce. And I suspect that this falling wedge here will resolve to the upside. That's at least the math. I mean, that's the highest probability. Falling wedges tend to break to the upside. Rising wedges tend to break to the downside at some point in time. And it will happen here in the near future before 2024. That's how I see it. And we have the big one, as mentioned, the white one here at around 1.5, getting above that again. That's very bullish because many of the bigger ones are looking at support and resistance line horizontally. So this is the big one for me to get back above, really. So I think I covered it well. I hope so. If not, let me know. Are there any minors that I'm missing? And I hope you liked it, doing a ASX Australia only uranium recap here on a Monday morning in Denmark. Have a great one. I will see you in the next one.